The vast emptiness of space stretched before the research vessel horizon, a sleek human exploration craft that seemed almost insignificant against the backdrop of infinite darkness. Captain Unipark stood motionless, her dark eyes reflecting the soft blue glow of the navigation screens. Around her, the ship's crew moved with practiced precision, each member acutely aware of the tension building around them. J. Kim, her first officer, broke the silence. "Incoming transmission," he said, his fingers dancing across the holographic control panel. The alien fleet had appeared without warning, massive ships blocking their planned trajectory like a wall of metallic predators. The lead alien vessel, a twisted construct of sharp angles and iridescent metal, sent its first communication. The translation algorithm hummed to life, converting the alien language into something comprehensible. "Unidentified human vessel," the message crackled. "You have entered restricted space." Yuna's hand rested casually on her side, fingers inches away from what looked like a standard maintenance tool. To an untrained eye, it was nothing more than a cylindrical device with blinking diagnostic lights. But this was no ordinary piece of equipment. The alien ships began to close in, their movements calculated and predatory. Each vessel dwarfed the horizon, creating a sense of overwhelming superiority. Smaller probe ships extended from the main fleet, scanning the human vessel with intrusive energy pulses. "They're not even trying to be subtle," Jay muttered, a hint of sardonic humor in his voice. The alien probes moved closer, their sensor arrays like mechanical tentacles searching for any sign of weakness. Yuna remained calm. Her crew watched her, reading the subtle signs of her concentration. They knew their captain was never truly vulnerable. Even when surrounded by what seemed like insurmountable odds, the alien communication continued, filled with a mixture of condescension and mild curiosity. "Humans are still a developing species," the translation algorithm rendered their words. "Your technology is primitive. Prepare for comprehensive inspection." Little did they know that the small device near Yuna's hand represented years of secret human research. What appeared to be a simple maintenance tool was actually a breakthrough in quantum energy manipulation, a weapon that could redefine interstellar conflict. The ship's interior hummed with a quiet energy. Each crew member was positioned perfectly, their movements synchronized like a complex dance. Monitors displayed incoming data, alien ship configurations, potential threat assessments, a symphony of technological information. Outside, the alien fleet continued its approach. Massive ships created shadows that could swallow the horizon entire. Probe scanners swept across the human vessel's surface, searching for any technological secrets, any hint of vulnerability. Jay looked at Yuna, a silent communication passing between them. They had prepared for this moment. Months of training, years of research, all condensed into this single potential confrontation. The fate of their mission, perhaps even humanity's reputation in the galactic community, balanced on a razor's edge. The alien probes drew closer, their mechanical arms extended, ready to penetrate the horizon's outer hull. Standard protocol would suggest surrender, submission, compliance with the alien fleet's demands. But Yuna Park was not one to follow standard protocols. Her fingers twitched almost imperceptibly. The maintenance tool at her side seemed to pulse with an internal energy, a hidden potential waiting to be unleashed. The alien fleet saw nothing more than a simple human vessel, a primitive exploration craft wandering where it didn't belong. They were about to learn how wrong they were. The tension inside the horizon's bridge was thick enough to cut. Each crew member was a coiled spring of potential energy, waiting for their captain's command. The alien ships continued their approach, confident in their technological superiority. In this moment, suspended between potential conflict and unknown possibility, humanity's future would be decided. One small movement, one decisive action could change everything. And Captain Yuna Park was precisely the kind of leader who understood the power of a single, unexpected moment. The alien fleet closed in, their massive forms blocking out starlight. Scanners continued their invasive sweep. Probes extended. Communications repeated their demands. Nobody on the horizon seemed worried, and that, more than anything else, should have been the aliens' first warning. The alien commander, a towering creature named Vrel, watched the human vessel with a mix of curiosity and contempt. His species had encountered countless developing civilizations, and humans were just another footnote in the vast galactic record. Massive screens on the alien flagship displayed detailed scans of the horizon, revealing what seemed to be a simple research vessel with minimal defensive capabilities. J. Kim monitored the alien communication channels, his fingers moving quickly across the translation systems. The device near Captain Yuna Park continued to look like nothing more than a standard maintenance tool, a small cylindrical object with blinking lights that could easily be mistaken for routine ship equipment. "Prepare for comprehensive inspection," Vrel's communication repeated, each word dripping with condescension. The alien probes began their detailed scan, energy pulses penetrating the horizon's outer hull. They expected to find primitive technology, basic research equipment, perhaps a few scientific instruments. Inside the ship, Yuna's crew remained remarkably calm, each member positioned strategically, their movements calculated and precise. They knew something the aliens did not: the true nature of the device that looked so unremarkable. Years of secret research had gone into developing this weapon. What appeared to be a simple maintenance diagnostic tool was actually a breakthrough in quantum energy manipulation. The device represented humanity's most advanced technological achievement, a weapon that could rewrite the rules of space combat. Vrel Zai, second in command, approached with a series of complex hand gestures. "Their technology is primitive," he observed, watching the holographic displays. "We can disable their systems with minimal effort." The alien fleet moved closer, confident in their superiority. Yuna's fingers traced the contours of the device. To an untrained eye, it was nothing special, a simple metal cylinder with some blinking diagnostic lights. But those lights told a different story to those who knew how to read them. Each blink was a complex mathematical sequence, a hidden language of potential energy. The alien probes continued their scan. They searched for weapons, for defensive systems, for anything that might suggest a threat. But they found nothing unusual. Just a standard human research vessel with basic equipment and seemingly limited capabilities. Jay leaned closer to Yuna. "They have no idea," he whispered, a hint of excitement in his voice. The crew had trained for this moment. Months of preparation, years of secret research, all condensed into this single potential confrontation. Vrel's communication became more demanding. "Human vessel, you will be boarded and inspected," the translation system rendered his words. The alien fleet began to position themselves, preparing to send boarding parties onto the horizon. The maintenance tool pulsed almost imperceptibly. To anyone watching closely, there was a momentary shimmer of energy, so brief that it could have been a trick of the light. But it was something more, a promise of power waiting to be unleashed. Scientific breakthroughs often look mundane at first glance, a simple device, a seemingly ordinary tool, but within its compact design lay a revolution in energy manipulation that could change everything humans understood about space combat. The alien fleet moved closer. Boarding parties prepared their equipment. Vrel watched with a sense of absolute certainty, believing the human vessel to be completely vulnerable. His species had encountered countless developing civilizations. They knew how to handle primitive technological cultures, but they had never encountered humanity. Yuna's hand remained steady. The device continued to look like nothing more than a standard piece of equipment. Blinking lights, a simple metal cylinder, something that might be used for routine ship maintenance. The alien probes completed their initial scan. "No significant weapons detected," the computer reported. Vrel smiled, a terrible reptilian expression of anticipated victory. They were about to make a critical mistake. Each member of the Horizon's crew waited. Tension filled the ship like an electrical charge. The alien fleet moved closer, boarding, parties preparing their equipment. They saw a vulnerable human vessel, a primitive research ship. They saw a toy. And toys in the right hands can be the most dangerous weapons of all. Yuna's fingers remained positioned perfectly near the device. One precise movement was all it would take. One moment of decision that would change everything. The universe held its breath. The moment stretched like an invisible thread ready to snap. Captain Una Park's fingers moved with calculated precision. What had appeared to be a simple maintenance tool transformed in an instant. A brilliant energy conduit erupting from its compact form. The quantum-entangled plasma burst from the device like liquid lightning. It moved faster than any weapon the alien fleet had ever encountered. Their advanced shield systems, technologies that had dominated galactic conflicts for centuries, simply dissolved against the unexpected human technology. Vrel's eyes widened, in absolute shock. The alien commander's reptilian features contorted as entire sections of his flagship began to disintegrate. What should have been an easy inspection turned into a nightmare of technological destruction. Impossible, he muttered, watching massive alien ships suddenly become nothing more than floating debris. The Horizon's crew moved with mechanical precision. Each team member understood their role perfectly. J. Kim managed the ship's systems, his fingers dancing across holographic controls with remarkable speed. The quantum weapon continued its devastating work, cutting through alien defenses like they were made of paper. Alien communication channels exploded with panic. Ships that moments ago looked invincible now scrambled desperately. Their advanced, technological systems, developed over thousands of years, proved utterly useless against this unexpected human innovation. Una remained calm. Her eyes reflected the brilliant blue-white energy of the weapon, watching as entire alien formations collapsed. This was more than a weapon. This was a statement. Humanity would not be underestimated. The quantum weapon didn't just destroy, it rewrote the fundamental understanding of space combat. Each pulse of energy carried complex mathematical algorithms that systematically broke down molecular structures. Alien shields, which had protected their vessels for generations, became nothing more than fragile glass. Smaller probe ships tried to escape, but the weapon's quantum entanglement meant no vessel was truly safe. Energy tendrils reached out, finding weaknesses in ways traditional weapons never could. It was precise, calculated, almost elegant in its destruction. Jay looked at Una. No words were needed. They had trained for this moment. Years of secret research, countless simulations, all leading to this single confrontation. The human weapon transformed the battlefield in seconds. Alien commanders watched in horror. Their technological superiority, something they had taken for granted for centuries, crumbled before an unexpected human innovation. What they had considered a simple research vessel had just demonstrated capabilities beyond their comprehension. The quantum weapon continued its work. Not indiscriminate destruction, but precise, calculated elimination. Each energy pulse carried complex instructions, breaking down alien technological systems with mathematical precision. Brell's flagship began to break apart. Communication systems failed. Defensive mechanisms collapsed. The alien commander could only watch as his entire fleet was systematically dismantled by a weapon that looked, just moments ago, like a simple maintenance tool. Silence began to replace the initial chaos. Floating debris marked the locations where massive alien ships had existed seconds before. The Horizon moved smoothly, its crew showing no signs of excitement or stress. This was simply another mission. Una's fingers relaxed. The quantum weapon retracted, once again looking like an ordinary cylindrical device. Blinking lights. Simple design. Nothing to suggest the incredible power it had just demonstrated. Scan complete, Jay reported, his voice calm and professional. The universe had just learned a critical lesson about humanity. They were not a species to be underestimated, not a civilization to be ignored, not a technological culture to be dismissed. Outside, the ship Space was filled with silent debris. The remnants of an alien fleet that had arrived believing in their absolute superiority. Now, they were nothing more than a floating graveyard of technological assumptions. Humanity had arrived, and they had brought a weapon that would change everything. The Horizon continued its journey, leaving behind a field of destroyed alien vessels. No dramatic celebrations, no unnecessary displays of victory. just a simple continuation of their mission, just another day for humanity. The communication channel crackled with tension. Surviving alien ships hung motionless against the starry backdrop, their once mighty formations reduced to scattered remnants. Commander Vrel's transmission arrived, weak, uncertain, filled with a mixture of fear and desperation. Human vessel, the translation system rendered his words. State your intentions. Una Park sat quietly, her posture relaxed but her eyes sharp. J. Kim managed the communication systems, filtering through multiple communication protocols. The quantum weapon remained at her side, now looking like nothing more than a simple maintenance tool. We are a research vessel, Una responded, her voice calm and measured. We request safe passage through this sector. The simplicity of her statement carried more weight than any elaborate explanation. The remaining alien ships maintained a respectful distance. What had been an anticipated inspection had transformed into a profound lesson about human capabilities. Their technological superiority had been completely dismantled in moments. Vrel's communication revealed his internal struggle. Years of galactic dominance had taught his species that they were unquestionable masters of space technology. Now, a single human vessel had shattered that illusion completely. Your weapon, Vrel finally asked. What is its designation? Una smiled slightly. Research equipment, she responded, her fingers touching the device casually. The aliens would never understand that this was more than a weapon. It was a demonstration of human potential. Jay monitored the alien communication channels. Panic was spreading through their networks. News of the encounter would reshape galactic perceptions about humanity. No longer would they be seen as a young, inexperienced species. The quantum weapon had done more than destroy ships. It had sent a message that would echo through countless alien civilizations. Humanity was not to be underestimated. Alien probe ships maintained a careful distance. Their scanning systems, once aggressive and invasive, now moved with remarkable caution. Each scan revealed nothing more than a standard human research vessel with minimal apparent weaponry. We will grant you safe passage, Vrel finally communicated, his tone a mixture of respect and barely concealed fear. The universe had just witnessed something extraordinary, a complete transformation of power dynamics. Una's crew remained professional. No celebrations, no dramatic speeches. Just a calm, calculated response to an extraordinary situation. Each team member understood the significance of what had just occurred. The negotiation was simple. No complex treaties. No long discussions. Just a clear demonstration of human capability. The aliens would spread the story. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage, and they had done so with remarkable efficiency. Surviving alien ships began to retreat. Their formations, once tight and aggressive, now scattered like frightened animals. The horizon moved smoothly, continuing its original research mission as if nothing extraordinary had happened. Jay looked at Una. A subtle nod passed between them. Years of secret research, months of preparation, had led to this moment. They had not just defended themselves, they had redefined the rules of space exploration. The quantum weapon continued to look innocent. Blinking lights, a simple metal cylinder, nothing to suggest the revolutionary technology contained within its compact design. Vrel's final transmission carried a tone of reluctant respect. Proceed, human vessel. The translation system rendered his words. The aliens would never fully understand the technology they had witnessed. Space around the horizon remained quiet. Debris from destroyed alien ships floated silently, a testament to the unexpected human capability. No dramatic celebrations. No unnecessary displays of victory, just another day for humanity. The universe had learned a critical lesson. Never underestimate a species willing to think differently. Never assume technological superiority. Never believe that innovation is limited to established power structures. The horizon continued its journey, leaving behind a transformed galactic understanding. One small vessel, one unexpected weapon, a complete revolution in space exploration dynamics. Humanity had arrived, and they had done so with remarkable, quiet, Efficiency. News traveled faster than light itself. Within standard galactic communication cycles, the encounter between the human vessel Horizon and the alien Confederation spread across countless communication networks. What had begun as a routine space inspection had transformed into a legendary moment that would redefine interstellar perceptions. Alien communication centers buzzed with unprecedented activity. Diplomatic channels, research institutions, and military command structures all analyzed the same data. A single human research vessel had completely dismantled an advanced alien fleet using an unexpected technological innovation. Captain Una Park became more than just a military officer. She became a symbol of human potential. Her calm response during the confrontation, the precise way she had neutralized the alien threat, spoke volumes about humanity's emerging capabilities. Research stations across multiple star systems began investigating the quantum weapon's potential. Scientists who had previously dismissed human technological development now worked overtime, trying to understand the breakthrough that had changed everything. The Horizon continued its original mission, seemingly unaffected by the extraordinary events. Una's crew maintained their professional demeanor, treating the encounter as just another standard mission. This attitude itself became part of the growing legend. Alien diplomatic channels struggled to process the new information. Generations of technological superiority had been dismantled in moments. Humanity was no longer a young, inconsequential species to be ignored or controlled. J. Kim managed the incoming communication requests. Diplomatic channels from multiple alien civilizations sought detailed information about the quantum weapon. Research institutions wanted technical specifications. Military commanders wanted strategic insights. The weapon itself remained a mystery. What looked like a simple maintenance tool had demonstrated capabilities that rewrote understanding of energy manipulation. Each scan, each analysis, revealed complex layers of technological innovation that defied conventional understanding. Galactic power dynamics shifted. Alien civilizations that had previously viewed humans as a developing species now approached with caution and respect. The encounter had proven that technological innovation could emerge from unexpected sources. Research stations began analyzing every available piece of data. The quantum weapon represented more than a military breakthrough. It was a fundamental reimagining of energy manipulation. Mathematical models suggested capabilities that went far beyond traditional weapon systems. Una's approach became a case study in diplomatic and technological strategy. Her calm response, the precise way she had neutralized the threat, became required study in multiple alien military academies. Humans were no longer seen as an inexperienced species. Communication networks spread stories of the encounter. Each retelling added layers of complexity, transforming the event into a legendary moment of human innovation. The Horizon was no longer just a research vessel. It was a symbol of humanity's potential. Alien diplomatic teams struggled to understand the broader implications. A single vessel had demonstrated technological capabilities that challenged existing understanding of space. Exploration. Humanity had announced its arrival on the galactic stage with remarkable efficiency. Research institutions across multiple star systems began collaborative projects. The quantum weapon's underlying technology suggested possibilities far beyond military applications. Energy manipulation, molecular restructuring, complex mathematical algorithms all became areas of intense study. The Horizon continued its journey, seemingly unaware of the profound impact of its actions. Una and her crew maintained their professional demeanor, treating the encounter as just another mission. This attitude itself became part of the growing human legend. Diplomatic channels began requesting communication with human research institutions. What had been dismissive interactions now carried a tone of genuine respect and curiosity. Humanity had proven it was a civilization to be taken seriously. The quantum weapon remained a mystery. Blinking lights, a simple metal cylinder, nothing to suggest the revolutionary technology that had reshaped galactic understanding. This itself became part of the growing legend. True innovation often looks unremarkable at first glance. Alien, Civilizations began reassessing their approach to emerging technological cultures. The encounter with the horizon had proven that technological superiority was not guaranteed, that innovation could emerge from unexpected sources. Una Park became more than a captain. She became a symbol of human potential, a representative of a civilization willing to think differently, to challenge existing understanding, to approach challenges with calm efficiency. The universe had learned a critical lesson. Never underestimate a species capable of reimagining technological possibilities. Never assume that power dynamics are fixed. Never believe that innovation is limited to established civilizations. The horizon continued its journey. Another star system, another research mission, seemingly unaware that it had just changed everything.